This is the Gore Club Podcast with Steve Vessel, Derek Sturgeon, and Deathmetal Dave.
Oh, I did find out that Sorority Babes actually was a Full Moon production.
Well, was it Empire?
Yeah. No.
Sorority Base had to be Empire.
Nope. It's Empire. You're right. I got Full Moon right there. It starts at 88.
It's a Queen's right
95. Empire?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
All right.
Oh, okay. Shit. Oh, man.
It's like, okay, shit, we're just staring at this board here trying to
We're
discuss.
just trying to come up with a game plan.
Where do
We have a
start?
game plan?
No,
We don't have a game plan.
we
at
never have
all.
a game plan.
Yeah.
Just wing it.
I know. That's why Dave has the tablet this week, and it's he's going to be our tech nerd guy because I think we always get stumped or we can't remember that one motherfucker's name.
I don't get stumped.
Okay, I'm sorry. I get stumped.
I need somebody here to prove me right all the
Dave.
time. No, to be honest with you, we're doing
It's gonna be a long fucking night.
as random as this was. We had no time to really prepare. We did Stuart Gordon last week, and we were like, you know what? Let's just do Full Moon. Fuck it. And now we're taking on this beast.
Overwhelmed
Discuss
is a
Full
good
Moon.
word.
Yeah. We're writing down movies, and we're just like, shit. That's not even half of them, and the board's full.
During at one point in Empire's the Empire of Empire Pictures, they did like 12 movies in one year. They released that many.
Yeah.
So I was a bit overwhelmed trying to get ready for this episode, and that's awesome.
That's all the straight to DVD stuff on top of that. And
Damn.
then
Yeah.
And then if you go into the music portions of this shit, you'll drown in content.
Yeah.
So that's why they have their own network. Full Moon has their own little streaming service and shit because they have so much shit.
And they actually have things where they put them on Tubi TV. There's a whole channel
Yeah.
on there. Oh, yeah. I had forgotten about like the William Shatner Presents Fright Night.
Yeah, there's those DVDs still pop up at like Walmart in the $5 bin. Though.
I fucking love them.
You'll see them on the like goofy.
Yeah.
I think they use the same picture of Shatner on every cover though.
Probably, yeah.
You know, they didn't really go out of their way to take multiple pictures.
But,
of
The only
real-
thing I remember that is like the bellhop sort of guy, like
Yeah,
the weird
with
looking
the big head, yeah.
Yeah, just like
I forgot what character that is, but yeah, I love it because they
Yeah.
actually put some time into making his face move and armatures and that's not really right. Shut up,
what
Steve.
was that word?
Armatures.
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 No,
Yeah,
it's not.
man.
It's not.
I meant like animatronics. Damn it.
Look at him making his
Servos.
armatures move.
Armatures. I'm thinking.
You better hit the gym.
I'm
buddy.
thinking of
Work out
stop
those
motion.
I'm talking
armatures.
armatures, puppets.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Puppets.
We'll get to
Do you
puppets.
want to get the puppets?
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
If we did all of this, it would take us an hour just to get through
A puppet?
fucking. No,
There's fucking so many puppets.
there's so many puppet
There's so
movies,
many
but
puppets.
that's in the Full Moon.
Yeah.
It's less
Full Moon
more
era, Full Moon
less.
Pictures era, because they came back after like they did the softcore stuff with was it Torchlight, and then what was the family friendly
Torchlight.
one? Remember that?
I thought
Moonbeam.
Torchlight-
It was Moonbeam, wasn't it?
No, Moonbeam was like prehysteria.
I thought Torchlight
Yeah.
was the family friendly one.
No.
Is that the porn one?
Yeah, that's the softcore man.
I get that
we don't
mixed
do
up.
real porn.
I get that mixed up.
Yeah, they did like
So they had Empire and then he broke. No, Full Moon broke off the Torchlight and
it's all the same. He
well,
created these
Empire
little
was
things.
gone
to-
though, and then became Full Moon, and then
Right.
Torchlight came around that time, the '90s.
Well, if you haven't guessed yet, guys, we're doing Charles Band's entire fucking career as fast as we can.
Yeah, I mean we're not
It
gonna.
encompasses so fucking much.
Yeah, we were already rambling when you guys joined in with us, so we should probably do introductions first. So I'll let this guy start.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Steve Vessel, and I'm
Deathmetal.
overwhelmed.
I'm Derek, and I'm also fucking overwhelmed.
I'm Deathmetal Dave, and I've got the internet in front of me, so fuck these guys.
Right now, like Steve's written down like a very limited list here, and it still feels like my childhood walking into a video store trying to pick one of these fucking
The
things.
whiteboard of doom has
And-
become.
Which was like that was the horror section. The category section in the video store was like 90% Full Moon. When you really look back at it, you're like, or Empire, whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
a
yeah,
combination of
when they had the coming soon book, you would open it up, and it was like a Full Moon movie every week.
yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
every week, and I didn't care what it was. I would just be like, I'd write my mother's name down, and then Roadrunner Video.
I knew I was
would
gonna
call
love it.
and be like, "Hey, we've got Trancers 4. It's ready for you to pick up." And she'd be like, "What the fuck is that?
What the hell is Trancers for?
Don't worry, Mom. I'm gonna
Trancers
watch it by
4.
myself in the
Yeah.
basement."
that fucking guy. Speaking of transfers, which is probably it's like the first one on the list anyway. Pretty close to it.
Yeah,
It's he
'Cause
did.
that started.
Well, Charles
That-
Band did his own international pictures, and he wasn't happy with how they distributed that, so he created Empire Pictures for himself.
Empire, which
Yeah.
had like transfers. Transfers 2, and I think Transfers 3 and 4 go to full moon though, right?
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 are actually, I think all
2,
those
3,
go-
4 are full moon. Yeah. So that's the only one that actually crossed over though, right? From Empire to full moon.
No, wasn't. No,
I like that you're skimming.
I could be wrong, but wasn't Puppet Master on
No,
Empire?
Puppet Master was the very first full moon
Okay.
feature.
Yeah.
And unless you, I mean, if you don't want to count like Pulse Pounders, I think they got thrown in the mix because they went from one to the other, and it didn't even get released until 2011.
I'm gonna fact check you.
You can
Do it,
I- I
baby.
just-
kidding. You're
Tell me I'm
probably-
wrong.
you're
It's definitely the
And if-
first full moon feature.
Yeah, and
It
if you're
was.
watching
It
this on
absolutely
YouTube,
was.
if you watch this on YouTube, and you can comment and tell us how dumb we are, and like fuckers, you're forgetting this movie because there's a fucking million movies with Charles Band's name on them, or his father, or a band name. So Jesus,
No, it's ridiculous. When you look at Charles Band or Richard on the soundtracks and shit, or I think their dad really only directed a few.
Albert?
But Albert, I know he definitely did Ghoulies 2, which that falls under, I think, Full Moon, actually. We're trying to start off with Empire, which was what Band had before everything became Full Moon.
those are my favorites. Those are my favorite films.
Yeah.
He really put a lot into those movies, production wise. Even if he was like stealing from another movie that he already made, like or a reset,
Or just
whatever.
stealing from another movie, because another one that's way up here is Ghoulies, which is definitely just Full Moon, or sorry, Empire doing Gremlins.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
But they also rip off like Star Wars.
Oh yeah, but I mean, not
There's,
just
like,
not
fucking
just
force
ripping off the
chokes and-
idea, which is every independent filmmaker. That's what you do. You're like, oh, I'm going to make Carnosaur number 19, or whatever, or Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, their most successful
Star Wars
film
Wars.
was Ghoulies, though. Ghoulies was the most successful like Empire film until Troll, which is
Troll.
Troll kicked everybody's
Oh,
ass.
man.
That
I've got
surprised everybody.
I've
They got a
some
theatrical
stories about
release.
that one.
Troll.
well,
Troll-
Ghoulies was a
Tell us, Dave. Tell us all about Troll,
see,
Dave.
See, Troll was one of those movies I watched when I was way too young, and it's going back and watching it. I felt like an idiot because I was like, "Why did this movie terrify me so much?" But what terrified me the most about it is the troll had that little ring, right? My mother had one just like it, and I was terrified that my mother was a troll. And she was going to stab me and turn me into a pod person in the middle of the night.
fuck?
Yeah, it was very weird. But speaking of troll, if
You were
think
a
it-
stupid.
We're all looking at each
I
other
was
like
stupid.
Dave is
I was,
what?
I was a stupid kid. I was just terrified of things. But Troll, the funny thing is, if you go back and look at it, the kid's name is Harry Potter.
Oh no, yeah, that's. I love when people started catching on to all the little Harry Potter things.
Dude, Charles Band is so good at stealing shit.
He
Somebody
stole
it
from the future.
He stole from the future.
He's a real son of a bitch.
I always thought they should, if they ever remade that movie, they should just bill it as Harry Potter versus Troll.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just fuck
Harry
it.
Potter, especially
He
now.
did it first. Why not?
Fuck, J.K. Rowling.
That would look good like as an asylum film.
Oh,
Which probably wouldn't exist
if it
honestly,
wasn't,
without
oh,
Empire Full Moon.
absolutely. I mean, Charles Band is inspired by Roger Corman, which is inspired by somebody. It's like a lineage of independent film, and that's what's so awesome. Whether you like Charles Band, he's got his ups and his downs. We'll get into as much of those as we possibly
Yeah.
can.
Empire is kind of like forgotten by a lot of people though, because most of these are released under like the Full Moon thing now, or have like a different label.
Re-released,
on them.
yeah.
Re-released. So a lot of this stuff, unless you really go back and dig into it, nobody knows. Like, oh, Empire. What
And
was
he
that
had to
shit?
deal with Paramount
Or-
Pictures also, so they have rights to a lot of that stuff that he
Yeah.
doesn't.
There's so much that I forgot was even released under them. Like Rawhead Rex.
Oh God,
Oh,
Which,
that's one of Dave's favorites.
I love that movie. I love that piece of shit.
I love that piece of
I
shit.
love that
That's
piece
our
of
fucking
shit.
motto.
You know, for me, like when I was a kid, I loved the shit out of that. I've rented it probably 8 or 9 times, mainly to watch them piss on that priest.
Yeah.
Like I remember that scene just staying in my fucking head. But going back and watching it as an adult, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh,
dude.
it's bad.
It's like a dude in a rubber suit.
It is just the mouth. The mouth
yeah.
doesn't move, and then he picks up the kid and he just fucking vomits straight on him, and just no expression.
It's
from,
bad.
from old
what
Rex.
do you remember as a kid being badass when you go back and look at the effects? You're like, this is so bad.
It's so bad,
I'll
dude.
compare it to like Swamp Thing, which has nothing to do with Empire, but like I remember Swamp Thing being amazing. The end fight, and you go back and it's just the dude going, ah. You can't see what I'm doing, but if you're on YouTube, it's like, ah. And he's just fighting Swamp Thing where nobody moves.
Well, all
nobody
those-
has any like. There are no servos in those masks.
All those movies, man. Just like you go back and look at the special effects and shit. It's just like fuck. But that was kind of the charm of them now for me. Going back and watching like the shitty lasers or the shitty special effects. Or,
Oh yeah, Laser Beast, Laser Blast. That was a good one.
Oh,
I didn't even put it up there, but that was one of the early ones.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember that one, man. And it's kind of weird looking at these Empire movies, kind of like Reanimator's like legendary, but I don't think it's really associated with any brand. I think it's just like Reanimator, Stuart Gordon.
Yeah. Stuart Gordon put so much
we-
time and energy and made sure that everything looked as best as it possibly could.
Yeah.
And he had free reign. So that's great for Charles Band because he's like, yeah, look what I did. Because he likes to take credit for a lot of things that he did not do. That's what happened with Puppet Master. If you really want to get into the director,
That's what I do when we get around the Puppet Master.
when we get to Full Moon, because things started got a little weird.
Yeah, well, things were weird already with Empire. Like, it's not like you look at this list and go, "Oh man, that's just some normal shit." It's like crawl space and fucking
Klaus Kinski, man, that movie creeped me the fuck out. I saw that on like late night television. I was like, oh, okay, I'll check this out.
Transfers, which I can talk about for fucking ever because that dude is Tim Thomerson. Tim Thomerson, who went on to become Doll Man as well.
He's in Near Dark. He's in lots of films. Yeah,
but that dude aged so poorly. Like you look Transfers, you're like that guy's fucking 60. He's like 39.
Yeah.
Like that's a rough 39.
He's always had that almost white blonde hair and that
but that face, dude, that fucking California raisin fucking
I think
face.
it's classic Hollywood Marlboro man. I smoke a lot, drink a lot, and I fuck way too much.
Empire and
if that's
Full
even
Moon
possible.
We're like really good about getting like the hottest ladies and the ugliest dudes and convincing you that that's going to fucking work. Like, dude,
but it gives his parts gravity that maybe he didn't have. Or weight.
So they set unrealistic expectations.
Oh, dude, yeah, I went through my childhood and like, oh, supermodel's definitely going to date me if she's going to get with that fucking 70-year-old Scarface.
You're not Tim Thomerson, Derek.
I don't need to be. Did you see that, dude? He just wears like just slacks and a button up and a laser gun.
Which is still they went the cheap way with fuck you, man. I love that movie. I love Transfers.
I do. Well, yeah, I do.
It's a great movie.
You know what Transfers fact is?
No, Transfers 4.
Transfers is the only time in my whole
Helen Hunt,
life
man.
that I've been attracted to Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt, yeah. She was in Transfers Part 2, by the way.
Maybe it's because like I wanted to like I know there's like a hate thing with it. 'Cause she's wearing that like Southern flag like half the fucking movie.
Yeah,
she's got that denim shitty jacket with the Confederate flag on it, and I'm like, oh, you trashy shit. But
times 2 now.
Yeah, now times 2. Yeah, especially now. But back then, like that's the only time I've ever been like, man, Helen Hunt's pretty banging. By Transfers 4, not so much, because she's in all of them. I think at least the 3. I don't remember 4.
She still look good in Twister, man.
She makes like a cameo in 3. No, I don't like Twister Helen Hunt.
Fuck.
I don't like Mad
Can't
About.
win with this guy.
I don't like Mad
Fuck
About
you,
You, Helen Hunt. You think was ever on the set with Mad About You and Paul Reiser was like, I'm in the better sci-fi franchise.
Oh my, because he is. Or was.
That was probably a heated debate once.
Yeah. It's kind of shitty that they didn't think it to do that on the sitcom. Like had them sit at a fucking table and argue over aliens versus transfers.
Science fiction movies, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Break the fourth
I just
wall.
wrote that. So if they're going to bring back Mad About You, which may or may not already be a thing, make that happen.
God. Well, okay, some of my favorite
Okay, shut the fuck up
I'm
about
just going to
Helen Hunt,
jump over that shit. I like Helen Hunt. TerraVision fucking is one of my favorites. I love that. I mean, the director, Ted Nicolai, is that how you pronounce his name? Probably not. He directed some of my favorite films with Charles Band. I love The Eliminators. It's my first like cyborg movie besides Terminator that I dug. It's got like the kung fu guy. It's like cliche, but man, it was like action packed, awesome for a Saturday morning. Commander USA shit.
Commander USA. Is there,
It's right up his fucking alley.
CREEPOZOIDS.
Yeah.
That dark future of 1998.
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley fighting that fucking rat.
Fuck it, I'll take it.
Big mutated rat at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I love like
You gotta have a shower scene
Speaking
too
of
for no
alien
reason.
Yeah, alien
It's
ripoffs.
the apocalypse. Let's have a shower.
CREEPOZOIDS was a straight alien ripoff, man. Even the characters like mimic the ones from the movie, but that cover, if you look at the cover of CREEPOZOIDS, just place it right here. No, it's like
It's probably on my wall there.
no, it fucking looks just like the cover of like Aliens. It looks like a fucking from
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie. And then there's that baby at the end though, like the weird baby. Well, what the fuck was that?
It's a mutant baby.
That baby went on to become like Demonic Toys baby or whatever. It looks like the same.
It's probably the same guy who helped William Shatner host the Fright Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that movie's very like I don't know. It's really not that great, but at the very end, it gets weird with that baby. I hate it. Like I haven't watched CREEPOZOIDS in forever, but I can still remember how much I hate that baby.
I liked CREEPOZOIDS because it had my favorite porn star in it. She just changed her name, Ashlyn Gear. But she was an actress, you know. She's like
Who's your favorite porn star?
At the time, I was like 14.
No,
I was
it's
14.
fine. You can have a favorite porn star, whatever.
And when I was 14, my favorite porn star was Ashley Gear. There you go, everybody.
I don't know who that is.
It's okay.
You were 14. That's fucking 89.
I don't know. I snuck into the video vault room and it had like put it in gear. I was like, oh, okay.
We're just gonna go down Steve's porn catalog.
Savannah, whatever. I've got all those stuck in back in my head somewhere.
It's just me you listing porn now.
Yeah. What was it like? What was the goddamn Christy Canyon? Who else? Like old
Who are
80s
these
people.
You know the funny part. Somebody's going to be watching this. They're going to have to Google search who all these women are.
Hell yeah. Oh, shit.
They're gonna be so excited.
You gotta educate yourself on porn
Is this
history.
filmed on reel to reel? What is this?
Yes.
I mean, I know a few porn stars, but not it's like my favorite porn star was in that movie. I don't think any of my favorite porn stars do movies. I don't think those Pornhub chicks are really getting out there much.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, they're like on OnlyFans.
What is it? Oh my God. Who's in Devil's Rejects? And she's in like Vice Squad and Vice Squad 2 with Linnea Quigley. We're talking about her a minute ago.
Sherry Moon.
No, she fucks Sid Haig. And he's like, you know.
Sherry Moon.
Oh my God.
He's not going to say that.
Oh my, I can't.
God damn it.
David, look it up. Who the hell? I forget. Oh my God. She was a massive porn star in the 80s.
Yeah, you want me to look that up? Who fucks Sid Haig?
Let's put Devil's Rejects porn star. It's got to pop up.
No, because there's probably a lot of porn stars in that.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean, how many people can you get to work for that cheap? Really? He's not fucking. Come on. Yeah, no, but yeah, Empire has some crazy shit though. Really, when you look at that list, like Rawhead
Ginger
Rex,
Lynn.
Troll.
Thank you.
Ginger Lynn.
Ginger Lynn
yeah.
Allen, I think, is what she went by.
I like her.
Yeah.
She's cool. I didn't know she did porn.
Yeah, she was a major porn star.
Yeah, she does a
porn
lot of conventions.
star.
She's always really nice. She's a very nice porn star.
I'm sure they all are.
Was Dolls under Empire? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we
Dolls came out in 87.
Some of these we
a lot
talked
of
about
these-
last week.
Cellar Dweller is one of my favorites. Cellar Dweller, I love that fucking movie. Do you all know that one at all?
Yeah, I know Cellar Dweller, man.
It's fucking great.
I love the cover for that one. That was
Has
another
Yvonne
one.
DiCarlo in it.
Yeah, that was a cool ass. But I was going to just get to like, don't get mad at us for skipping over a lot of these. We did a Stuart Gordon special last week. So if you want to hear a lot about the Stuart Gordon shit, anyone from Robot Jocks, Reanimator, the fucking everything that dude's ever done, go listen to that. We do like an hour and a half on Stuart Gordon. So we'll be skipping through a lot of his stuff, even though we'll have to show him some love here and there because he's Stuart Gordon.
He pretty much it's like the house that Empire built. Stuart Gordon.
Yeah, really.
I mean, Reanimator.
The ones that are actually beloved are mostly Stuart Gordon films.
From Beyond. Like
From
Richard Band won a Sidge's fucking fantasy award. It's like one of his third soundtracks. Like, that's a fucking awesome. That movie should have won something like, okay, well, we got to give this movie something. We'll give it to the composer.
Yeah. Well, Empire went strong for what, like 5 years, and then it crumbled during the filming of Robot Jocks, which we talked about last week. So
that's a Stuart Gordon movie.
And it got, I think that went through like 3 different studios or distributors or some shit before it finally came out. Which, if you watch that movie, you can kind of tell that there was some budget issues.
Yeah, and the cat from he's in the Alien Nation television show. He was the star, he's the star of Robot Jocks. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of that.
Damn
either,
it, Dave.
All right, I'll get on it.
The Intruder, Arena. Arena is great.
Arena, and I feel like you skipped over this on purpose just to spite me because you went Cellar Dweller, Intruder, Arena, and you skipped over Sorority Babes.
Oh, I did not skip
and
over
the
it.
Slime Ball
We could talk about
Bowl-orama.
it. You and I could talk about that movie. I'm sure Dave definitely could too for hours.
If you want to talk about a movie that I absolutely love, that little kid me should not have been watching, Sorority Babes.
Right.
It had everything. It had a crazy fucking title, a cool cover.
It's a mix of genres.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not really a horror movie. It's a comedy. It's fantasy. It's like, I don't know. What's his name, Dave?
Oh. I just
forgot
said it.
Son of a
Gary
bitch.
Graham.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot whose name we were even trying to get.
The star from Robot Jocks, who was
Yeah.
also in the television show version of Alien Nation.
Cool. Did he also have sex with Sid Haig?
God, I don't think so.
Google searching
To be honest, I don't think
Search
that
it.
Rob Zombie would allow him on his set because of his personal politics.
Oh, really?
That dude, yeah, he kind of went off the
See,
deep
I never
end.
dug that deep.
He pulled a Chuck Norris on us, and I was like, oh, fuck,
Ooh,
man.
man.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, we'll do a canon film special one day, and that's going to be rough. We'll just have to stick to the. We'll just have to stick to the movies,
The house that Norris built.
and even the content of the movies. Sometimes you're like, well, we're sorry, guys. I like these, but I realize they're fucked.
Yeah,
You know, they're messing with
whatever.
America.
The Toby Hooper canon films are great.
I guess.
If you want to jump into Full Moon, we can. From 88 to 95, technically.
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to cover in Full Moon than there is in
There is.
I guess, well, it depends on your age. Like for me, I can go on and on and on and on about Empire because those are the movies that I saw late night. Joe Bob had a television show at the time on the movie channel.
Movie channel.
Yeah, and it was not. It
At
wasn't
the drive-in.
Yeah, it was not the one that most people know. And he could show whatever the fuck he wanted to talk. He could be as foul because it was on cable. It was late night. So, and he would show those movies all the time.
Yeah.
So I could go on and on and on about Empire. Like I love Prison. I can go on about Cellar Dwellers, Assault of the Killer Bimbos. But yeah,
I never saw
understand,
that one.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Well, because it's towards the end, it didn't get as big as a lot of films. But like Arena, I didn't discover Arena until like probably they put like on DVD.
Yeah, well, that's another one. The cover of that, you're like, oh fuck, this looks awesome.
It's a movie they spent a lot of money on.
Yeah. Well, he went from Charles Band during this
For them.
time frame with Empire, bought a castle. And then
So they can film everything in it.
Castle Freak.
I mean, he bought that fucking castle, spent a ton of money, and then he went like bankrupt sometime towards the end of Empire, and then started Full Moon Pictures, which worked out. I mean, Puppet Master.
Hey, we can talk about puppets now.
Yeah, he moved from Rome because he was doing most of the Empire movies in Europe, especially Italy, and then he moved back to the U.S. and started Full Moon.
Yeah, which is brilliant because they gave us Puppet Master with that director. What the fuck's his name? Director of Puppet Master is from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, it's Dave Schmeller? Schmeller?
Which they've since had he went on to do another one. He did a few with, was it Netherworld or? Yeah, I'm probably saying the name wrong, but he did a few Full Moon features, and then he just vanished. And then later on, he's kind of talked shit about
he felt underappreciated.
that he had more to do with Puppet Master than what he gets credit for. Things like that.
I think I read that he was bitching because he didn't even allow him to be on. Charles Band did not allow him to be on the DVD commentary. It's like, I'm the fucking director, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like Spielberg saying, Tobe Hooper, you can't be on the Poltergeist commentary.
That sounds like a Spielberg move.
Fuck.
That is a Spielberg move.
Yeah.
Puppet Master, though, is what got me into, and this is going to sound stupid, and I'll talk about the movies later. It's what got me into like wanting to make films or how films are made. Because that's the first time that VHS had like a featurette after it. They had the whole like making of Puppet Master.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And that was right before, and then Puppet Master 2 was the start of Video Zone.
Yeah, Video Zone started like 94 or something.
Yeah. Well, it was Puppet Master 2 that did the videos. So that might have been like 92.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
I'm sure I got it up there.
Yeah, that was the first one.
91. Haha.
Yeah, so that was so that was the first time they actually called it something. They put Video Zone on it, and I was obsessed with that shit, man. And it was only like a 20-minute Full Moon commercial, to be honest with you. But when they go back and they show you like the molds of shit,
It's
how
fucking
it's
awesome.
made, and they trick me into buying stuff.
Those little moments are great, especially for a fucking hungry nerd that doesn't have to spend all of my money on a comic book. I just spent $100 almost on a VHS because that's how much they were.
They got, it had to be.
Or you had to steal it. Sorry, Mom.
I'm not sure what the price was.
Man.
I feel like it was $90 for it. I wanted one of those model kits. They used to sell the model kits of the puppets.
Yeah.
So you just got the basic kit. It's not painted or anything. They don't. It's all the rough edges and shit. And I was like, fuck, I want one of those. My mom would never buy me one. I went to my grandpa's house and we watched. I made sure to put in a Full Moon movie so it would come on. And I was like,
greasing the gears.
I was like, I really want that. That would be really cool. And he ordered it for me. Like a month and a half later, I got this fucking thing, and it just sat until I sold it on eBay in like $99.
Oh.
I had a friend put it on eBay for me when I was like 13, 14 years old because I had no idea what to do. I was like, I can't fucking paint.
How much did you get for it?
At that time, it was less than what I paid for sure.
Oh,
now, if I would have kept it now,
Yeah, it'd be worth
a lot more. Yeah, but
As long as Full Moon doesn't have a whole bunch of them sitting in their warehouse magically.
We can talk about that in a minute, by the way.
I do still have like an old raggedy T-shirt though that I got with that too. So I do have an old like adult small T-shirt that came with that. But I think that Video Zone shit was phenomenal.
I had a few action figures, comic books. He was, he was going more towards a comic book feel with Full Moon. So it was just obvious to start a comic book line.
Okay, so did you read the Puppet Master comic book?
Yeah, that's the first one I remember
so
coming out.
you can educate me real quick.
I doubt it.
Maybe. So
that was like 30 years ago.
So Puppet Master, the first like 5 are kind of like supposed to be like telling this full story, right?
Yeah.
So the first one, of course, is in the mansion. All the toys are evil. Part 2.
They become heroes.
Well, my question is about part 2. When part 2 ends, that main character, Camille, I believe it was, she gets killed early on. But they do like that trick and put her in the mannequin body, which Tolan does at the end of the movie too. He becomes evil. The puppets turn on
Charlie
him.
Spradlin? I can't remember if she played that role or not.
I can't remember who she was, but at the end, she's driving away with the puppets in her mannequin body.
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
like, we're going to the center of the mentally ill, and we're going to like attack kids pretty much. And then it fucking never happens. It's like it never, she's not the puppet master anymore in the next one. The next one's the retro one.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not.
Which was awesome.
Sorry, it's not retro puppet master. It's a prequel. This one's a prequel. Retro's a prequel to the prequel.
Yeah, because the story starts in the 20s or 30s.
Well, there's a whole timeline fuck up there too. But then part 4 happens, and it's that robot nerd kid that becomes the puppet master, and then they're all good. So I don't understand what happened with part 2. Did shit go on in the comics? Do you remember
Not that I remember, no.
that they covered like this other puppet master that just vanished? Because she drives away with the fucking puppets.
Oh my god!
And she literally like they zoomed the camera in on her. And Full Moon used to film this shit like back to back, so I know they had a plan. And they're like, I'm going to the little kids, mentally ill kids facility. And
Dave, look it up.
She's in her weird like.
Why did they fuck
body.
with us, Dave?
And I just wonder if they ever like finished that. She would have been the second puppet master. And I'm gonna say his name wrong. Tolan with Andre.
Andre Toulon.
Yeah, Toulon. He's evil in the second one, right? So he's trying to kill these people.
Well, I mean, technically, he's evil in the first one. He comes back and he's in the young body and all that.
Yeah, but like really hardcore in the second one.
Oh, yeah.
He takes that. He's wrapped in the bandages like Dark Man.
He looks awesome.
And then he takes over that mannequin body.
Yeah.
And then the puppets turn on him because he's so evil. But part 3, all of a sudden it's good guy. Like it's all about him like killing Nazis. It's him against the Nazis. And then after that, they're the puppets are the good guys.
Yeah.
And they're fighting these little demon dinosaurs.
Well, it probably has something to do with the other movies that came out around the time.
You know what the
because
fuck
you
it
know
had
they
to do
always
with marketing.
marketing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
He had such a thing about smaller and
He was like, I can sell these toys to kids
Oh,
if
it's
I make
brilliant.
the toys the good guys. I feel like that's what had to have happened. Because like it's out of nowhere. If you look at part 2, there's a story that's supposed to get like more evil. We're gonna go kill some fucking kids, these mentally ill kids. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're at this like nerdy college campus, and it's this nerd playing with his robots and shit. Do you remember that? Like he's in the last 2, 4 and 5 are the same dude. That
I remember that.
Rick something, Rick Myers maybe. I don't know.
Well, they tricked me at the time because I just glossed over it because I was like, I want to see the new puppet because every movie they would come out with like, Helmet Head or whatever.
Well, we got Torch.
Torch, yeah.
Part 2, we got Torch, and that was like the coolest.
I loved the
debut.
6-shooter. I loved all that.
Well, part 2 is awesome because like the puppets are like that redneck family, like that big chick with a shotgun and shit, and they're like fucking up the puppets. And then Torch shows up, and she's like, "Fuck you!" And Torch's like, "No, dude." And that 10-foot flame comes out of like this little toy's arm. That was the first time I took them seriously. Like, holy shit, those puppets good. Fucking.
Now, I didn't take you puppets seriously.
I didn't give a fuck, but now it's different.
This is
Like
whole nother level.
Little drill head, that's cool. You can help me some wall work. And like leech lady, like you gonna put fucking leeches on my mouth? Like, come on.
I never bought that action
Like,
figure.
I'm gonna move. I'm not gonna let you. And that ends up being his wife. I think in part 3, isn't that what he makes her into? That's the doll he puts her in.
Yeah, he
When
does.
his wife dies, it's like he's leech lady or whatever her actual name is. Somebody's like, she's not fucking leech lady. But
Leech lady.
yeah, but that timeline's batshit. You were talking about like
I like how you're trying to make sense out of
dude.
something.
Just go
that-
with it. I don't know what the problem.
Because it like I picked
Oh, I know what the problem is. It's a nerd thing. It's what we do. But
yeah. Well, because it's set during like World War II, and they mention like the first movie that he kills himself in like 1939, but then the prequels in like 1941.
yeah, I didn't understand that either.
And I'm like, what
because
the fuck?
obviously it's the beginning of World War II.
I know
if
it's
you
like
wanna
a
call it that, yeah.
nerdy nitpick thing to think
No,
about.
it's great.
But I'm just like, motherfucker.
I've done that many times with
They
drunk
don't-
people in conventions and be like, why didn't Ash become the king, man?
Yeah,
How'd he go from part 2 to part 3? What's up with that?
Well,
And then Greg Nick was like, dude, it's just supposed to be fun, man. Calm down.
at least with 4 and
And
5,
it changed my perspective. That's a true story, by the way.
the video zone on part 4 actually gives you a full breakdown though. Like they filmed both of them back to back. 4 and 5 were just filmed at the same time.
Yeah.
So at that point, Full Moon's just like, fuck it. We're just gonna make as many movies as possible. Because the main actor is just like, it's weird because I'll film a scene, I'll go to my trailer for like 30 minutes, and then I'm filming a different movie. Like that's how they were doing it. He's like,
That's brilliant.
He's like, it's so hard to keep up with all
Mustache on, mustache off.
of it.
Next
Yeah.
scene.
They're like, hey, you're doing part 5 now. Oh shit. I hate being the hero.
Speaking of dolls, Doll Man.
Oh, man. You skipped over a whole bunch of good stuff, man.
I know I did. We can go back.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't even think I put Doll Man up there because it's so obvious.
Well, so since you have
I love Doll Man. I love the first
That
one.
was great.
Well, there's only Doll Man, then Doll Man versus Demonic
Yeah.
Toys. You don't love that? Okay, let's talk about something with Doll Man. Okay, let's go to Doll Man first.
Go ahead and pick me apart.
If you don't know the story of Doll Man, this guy lives on like fucking Mars.
Tim Thomerson, by the way.
Tim Thomerson, again, from Trancers fame. That's that old guy I was talking shit about earlier. I love him. I really do. I'm just a bit of an ass, I guess. I guess he comes from space. I don't know where in space they live. But when you come to Earth, because of gravity, it makes him shorter.
It's like Jack Death meets, he just shrunk him down. It's the same fucking character.
Yeah. But he's a foot tall on Earth, and it's this little guy hunting down this criminal from his planet. That's all it is.
Except he's smaller.
Except he's smaller now. So is the criminal, though.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's smaller besides.
They're smaller. That's how they went to Doll Man versus Demonic Toys.
Oh, he knew what he was doing. He's like, he could direct it like, oh, wait a second. I've got this idea and I got this idea and I'm going to put them all together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it
worked.
He takes out that whole gang at that one point, though. There's like all those gang members and those vans.
Ant-Man can do it, goddamn.
And like Doll Man with his like little bitty lasers, like pew, 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 pew. And everything just blows up.
I like the little noise.
That's what it was.
Oh, I know. It's all smaller.
But so before we go to Demonic Toys, though, we got to talk about Head of the Family, because this Head of the Family actually ties into Demonic Toys a little bit too. Do you remember the cover of that? The giant fucking, literally just a giant head.
Oh, yeah.
Like MODOK looking head.
Very much MODOK.
And the story to that movie is just so batshit, because it's like the whole family is just kind of like inbred-like, and the head of the family like controls them. This giant head just controls this whole like inbred family.
That's
and
what happens.
These two con artists are like,
he's the head.
Hey, don't fuck your sister.
He's in charge, goddammit.
These two con artists are like, we got to get in there. We're going to get some money for this. And it doesn't work. They're trying to con like these mutants. But anyway, it ends with this chick having to marry like the giant hillbilly after everything hits, the fan.
As it should be.
But there's something from this I want to read off.
Oh, you
Head
get
of the
okay.
Family. So, Head
Derek's
of the Family.
Let's get his phone ready.
For one, there's the talking head. For two, there's a great line where this guy has sex with a girl and he goes, man, she fucks like a firecracker. And I think that's great. But since you...
I don't even know what that means.
But since you... Yeah, either do I. I think that's great. But since
Explosive burning? I don't...
You reminded me when you brought up porn earlier, and this excited me.
Oh, I like to do that. Porn, everybody.
I'm a very simple
It'll make
man.
you think of
I
something.
like that Derek was excited about porn.
Well, I was
Like
excited.
you're not?
And he's
Okay.
really close.
Don't be shaming
So,
me, man.
Head of the Family has that whole Demented family, right? And one's like this kind of hillbilly hot chick. I can't remember her name in the movie, but she's played by Alexandria Quinn, who apparently is a porn star. And if you go to her IMDb, it's the best fucking thing ever. Because I just want to read these movies in a row to you right now. It's just funny. Gangsta Bang 5, Interracial Lesbian Nation, Hard to Swallow, Booby Delicious 3, Suck It Dry, Mom Loves Cock, Hot Mocha, Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster.
Oh, they got away with that? Holy shit.
And it makes me so happy.
She did like a voice.
It's an actual Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay, I was like, how did you not get sued for that
So
one?
she actually did, like, it's weird because it's all these porn movies and like hardcore porn.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Scooby-Doo.
One for the family.
Well, fuck yeah, man. Good for her.
So I don't know, years ago.
Suck It Dry and Scooby-Doo.
Forever, like a long time ago, I
I
noticed
wouldn't,
that.
I wouldn't be ashamed of that fucking lineup at all.
You wouldn't?
No.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line.
On my resume, fuck no.
Like I did Head of the Family, and then I went on to do all this other shit, and then I did Scooby-Doo.
And the great thing is, you could not tell the difference between Head and the Family's title from Suck It Dry. I'm just saying.
You're right.
No.
That's true.
One of my favorite fucking full moon movies is Meridian. Do you remember that movie at all?
I don't think I've
Okay,
seen
it
that
did-
one.
That's a movie that has not aged well at all.
Is
don't
that
think I've
a Jeffrey Combs movie?
No, Jeffrey Combs is not in that movie. It's Sherilyn Fenn, Charlie Spradlin.
Okay.
And it's basically
I
like,
I remember the previews for it.
yeah.
Because it's set.
I
like,
really dug it
back
as a
in the day.
kid, and I realized why.
I never watched it. It's one of those movies. There's a lot of Full Moon stuff here. Once again, if you watched Full Moon, even the DVDs, so many trailers.
So many.
You know everything they've ever come out with, and that's one I
Oh, yeah.
remember seeing a lot of. I just never saw the actual.
They
movie.
re-released it as The Ravager, which explains it a lot easier. It's so fucking rapey. And it's like Beauty and the Beast, porno style, Sherilyn Fenn, and
Okay, I remember that. Now.
yeah,
Yep.
where he just like
dude
him
looks like
and the
Cellar
guy who
Dweller.
played Troll, and he's Von Carr.
He looks like
He's
Cellar
in so many
Dweller.
movies.
Yeah, what's his name?
You look it up, Dave. And then
it's Phil
That's not the same
something.
costume.
huh?
That's not the same costume from Cellar Dweller.
Shit, man.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Put them side by side.
Talking about like the Beast from
And the
Meridian.
Beast and that.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Oh, they look so much alike.
No, I
It
don't.
looks just like the cover of it.
No.
Yeah.
I think actually Greg Canham did the makeup effects for Meridian, which is a lot, they spent some money on the movie. But
That's a
they
deep
literally
cut.
drug them with food and then just raped these women. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did I enjoy this as a kid? Like, I had no idea because I wasn't really
Probably
watching.
didn't understand what was going on.
I didn't understand I was watching a fucking rape scene. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn, Charles Band.
But it's
that's a low point for me.
So is it like a dark Beauty and the Beast? Is that the whole?
Oh,
gimmick?
it's extremely, yeah.
So like there's like a Gaston type character that's like doing that shit.
His name is Phil.
Yes, it's actually they're twin brothers, and I'm not ruining anything. I'm not ruining anything, but yeah. What were you saying, Dave?
Ruin a movie.
Phil Fondacaro is his name.
Yeah, Phil has done so many great things, and he's in Willow. He's actually the troll from Troll.
Yeah.
He's in Land of the Dead.
Things.
Yeah, okay, great things for fucking me.
Yeah.
I love his stuff.
He was also in the movie The Creeps.
He's in Ghoulies.
He was in Ghoulies 2.
Ghoulies 2, yeah.
Oh, so he didn't even make it to college.
That was
No, he didn't make it to college.
That was
Kevin McCarthy did. Or,
that was
Andrew.
a full moon movie too. The Creeps. It's if you've never seen it, it's a movie about a mad scientist, and he makes Dracula and I think the Wolfman and
they're like little.
They're little. They're all little. He forgot to add
Because
the
Charles
growth hormone.
Band loves little
Exactly.
things.
Exactly. So that movie's amazing, and if you've never seen it, go watch it and listen to the soundtrack. Just listen to the theme song. It makes everything worth it. I'm not going to sing it though.
Do it right now.
No.
Why did you build it up and then just not drop the bomb, dude?
I'm just my singing voice is not
Son
here.
of a bitch.
But going back to these.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like we always talk about like how you remember things as a kid, and I was like, oh, I love that movie, and it's because I liked boobs, but I didn't understand how they were obtained, and I was like, fuck. I even have the puzzle. They released a fucking puzzle as like a promo thing, and I was like, well, we'll put this in the corner. That's all I got. Sorry. We're just talking about like movies, and then Crash and Burn. We talked about that on the Stuart Gordon. It's it's kind of the unofficial sequel to Robot Jocks. It's great. It's got Bill Moseley. As the what?
I was going to say Subspecies.
Oh, Subspecies.
There's another one of their series that went on forever.
It did, and it actually got better.
Yeah.
4 movies and actually 5 because I think they have that one. It was like Vampire Journals. That's actually part of it, which is a weird thing. You might have to look that up because I might be just full of shit. Because I didn't really love Subspecies, but I get why people do. I thought it was just like 4 movies of this dude chasing a girl and people dying because of it. And then, because every movie's like he's going after her, shit doesn't work out, he dies, start
Yeah.
the new one. Oh,
Fucking Radu.
Radu,
Yeah,
the
and the Resurrecting.
Bloodstone.
and I
The
think
Bloodstone that keeps changing size.
They
and
finally-
gets bigger and bigger and bigger in every movie.
they finally put his head on a pike on the last one. I think you come back from that motherfucker.
The thing about those movies that I remember is that how much they spent on making things look really good. Like the effects were great. The mummy, his mother is like a mummy. She like a zombie mummy. She looks fucking amazing. They filmed it in castles. It was
Well, they filmed it the first one in Romania.
Yeah.
and that director, I don't know the director's name. He's probably not
same
that
director
relevant.
that I was talking about, Ted Nicolau. Or damn it, Dave, look it up.
But they did like that's
I
another
don't think your
one.
fingers
On
work
it.
fast enough for us.
That's another one I remember where he's like, yeah, we were going to film here and then we had to go here. And like, now we're here in Romania. And it's
Yeah.
weird because their politics are different in some places. And I don't
Oh.
think they really like us here. And they're trying to go around like interviewing these like normal people on the streets going like, how do you feel about vampires? And you can tell like most of them are visibly annoyed because that's like kind of a stereotype. Like, and they're like, we don't believe in vampires. Only dumb people care about vampires. Like why would you keep that footage? One girl's just like, only really dumb people would listen about
Oh, that's
vampires.
awesome.
And she's doing like the accent.
I was going to say, thank you for not doing the really bad Transylvanian
I
accent
can't
that
do
we
it.
can't do.
I'll sound like fucking Count Chocula.
It was Ted Nicolau.
Oh, yeah.
You got it right.
Yeah.
That's a
He was a great director. He gave a fuck about what things looked like, how they sounded, and the actors
It
involved.
did look good. It's just
Hell
one of those
yeah.
that it never like resonated with me really. But I have the box set, and there are parts of it I like.
Yeah.
But I like those little devil dudes.
I love the stop motion. That's the thing about Laser Blast. It's the same point. Like the stop motion in that movie was amazing at the time. I looked at it not too long ago and was like, holy crap, because they released a bunch of box sets, big box versions. Yeah.
Do you remember Bad Channels?
Yeah.
That was like the rock and roll like full moon movie.
Yeah.
Which
Like TerraVision and Bad Channels.
Well,
yeah.
Bad Channels was like, and we kind of talked about, I think we talked about it before we went on, Full Moon tried to launch that record label, Moon something, Moonstar. Was it Moonstone or Moonstar?
That might be it.
One of those things.
Dave's
but-
going to find it. I can see your fingers doing the
yeah,
walking.
well, I know we got like music nerds that probably listen to this. So the whole score is done by Blue Oyster Cult. So they do the entire score to
I
that
never
movie.
thought about that.
Yeah, that whole
Holy shit.
And they have 2 songs on the actual soundtrack. So the score's Blue Oyster Cult, and the actual soundtrack has 2 songs from them. But all the bands that play in the movie were ones that were signed to that new record label. For Full
Oh,
Moon.
no.
So it's really just a giant commercial. But if you've never seen it, it's about this radio DJ who apparently has like the voice of a god, I guess. Just like this mid-20s radio guy locked up in his studio, very, I guess, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 like. And aliens come down. There's all these UFO rumors, and finally it happens. But the aliens use music, and these bands play, and it traps women. And they need to find like 4 women for some reason to trap in these like little bubbles, which is like the most batshit crazy storyline ever for bands to play. Because every scene's just like this radio DJ going, I swear things are happening. And then
I promise.
And then it cuts to a concert, and every band's different. So you get these weird grunge metal style bands, and then a hair metal band. And then like some...
It was right in the transition of those kind of genres, one dying
dude.
and one taking it over.
If you've never seen it, you should just sit and watch that piece of shit. And if you're a fan of Blue Oyster Cult, you know, they did the whole score.
I love Blue Oyster Cult because how nerdy they've always been. They're going to do songs about Godzilla.
Yeah.
Moonstone Records.
Moonstone Records. So yeah, that's what they
I felt bad because I didn't go anywhere. So all those bands put their time and energy into something they thought were going to be like, fuck yeah, we're going to get exposure.
Yeah, they
it's
did.
Like UFC fucking records. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did get exposure. If you watch bad channels,
God.
you can see all those bands in their only TV appearance.
How many people even remember that movie besides us and...
Probably just me.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was the coolest. I thought that radio DJ dude was like, hey, that's cool, man. I want to grow up to be a radio DJ.
Well,
like,
things are slowly getting
9.
re-released, so that might get...
You know, somebody will buy that record and be like, oh, this is the jam.
You know what's really weird is probably one of the members from Blue Oyster Cult was like, "This is our big break, guys.
Yeah.
We can come back from all of our glory days if we just do this movie.
Yeah.
And do this soundtrack.
Everybody loves Full Moon, boys.
Everybody
We're
does it,
in.
man. We're in, and then they do it, and it's just like
We're going to do the score, and we're going to have 2 songs on the soundtrack with all these young up-and-coming bands.
Oh, yeah. People remember who we are.
People are going to know who Blue Oyster Cult is, finally.
I saw BOC like 2 years ago, and they played like a house party almost, the size of a house party.
Well, I think around that...
bands, The Hurricane and Joker.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, and they're all in that movie. Like, if you just want to fast forward that movie and watch the concert scenes, because it literally, like, these bands play this concert, and the girl, like, whether it's a waitress or cheerleader or whatever, just gets super into it, starts dancing, and then gets sucked into a tube.
Hell yeah.
And like, what the
There's also a band called the Ukulalians.
Ukulele. Like ukulele. Okay.
Yeah. There's literally like 4 music videos in this 1 hour and 10-minute movie. It's really bizarre. But another real bizarre thing from it is a girl that plays like a very minor role in it. She plays like a nurse in it. Is in Dollman versus Demonic Toys as a main character. And I'm like, what a weird crossover. So you have Dollman shows up, who's like a foot tall. And then she's in the movie, and she's a foot tall for some reason now. But they're still like on Earth, so things are normal. I don't know how she got small. They probably explain it, but I didn't listen. And then they battle the Demonic Toys for exactly an hour. It's a 1-hour movie. I don't know if you remember that.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, if you watch that movie for any reason, watch it for the last 10 minutes when that giant baby is trying to sleep with her. It's the weirdest scene because you think this giant baby doll is about to pull out his wang, and like you never feel more awkward in your whole life because you kind of want to see it.
You got a baby dick too?
Yeah, there's a part of you that's like, oh, I want to see this baby dick. What's going to happen here? But like not in that way. It's like a fake baby, evil baby. But you're like, what are they going to make his dick look like? What
fake evil baby.
What is this?
That changes it.
They never show it. Like he gets his fucking head blown off. But spoiler, I'm sorry. But it's a really weird, like they were trying to do like the Marvel universe of Full Moon with Dollman.
Yeah, they did that with Dr. Mordred.
Yeah,
that was kind of their Doctor Strange.
Yeah, they had a crossover. It wasn't the crossover.
Full Moon
we
was
wanted,
trying to
but
go
man,
full comic book
you know,
for a long time. It was his aesthetic.
I said I'd take it. You know,
yeah.
It wasn't the crossover that I wanted, but whatever.
It's not the crossover I wanted, but I'll take it.
I really appreciate it when they had to fight Dollman like up close. So it's just people in costumes to be the demonic toys. Like one dude just looks like a G.I. Joe. Like you would be like in the 80s with that plastic shitty mask, but he's supposed to be like a grown ass toy. And then Dollman never looks right in front of anything. Like he's standing in front of like a sign.
Composite,
the composite.
They didn't composite it.
Perspective. They didn't.
I
Get
can't
it right.
speak today, but
yeah.
But the way it was composited together did not look good.
But what's great, like, dude, I haven't seen that movie in probably 5 or 6 years, and I can still remember so much from it. And that's what those Full Moon movies did. Like, they're not really great, but they do so much stupid shit sometimes.
Seen that movie since
they got worse. We
it.
haven't even talked about Evil Bong or Ginger Deadman.
Well, yeah, and that's like a, later in this conversation for sure, because that's when things get, when you think of like 90s Full Moon, everything's still pretty serious. I mean, there's comedy here and there, but it's, for the most part, it's like dark and shit. And then you get to the 2000s, and that's when they just went full, everything is slapstick. Nothing is serious anymore. It's all dick and fart jokes. You know, Demonic Toys has its share of those type of jokes, but it still was kind of like scary in a way. Pit and the Pendulum was the thing that we
covered that
last week.
Yeah, Stuart Gordon.
I can't even. Ginger Dead Man is kind of. I guess that's probably about when we go off the rails with.
Which one was Busey in? Was he?
That was Ginger Dead Man, wasn't it?
He's in. He voices even all of them, and I know he definitely has like a versus movie too. There's Ginger maybe versus Evil Bong.
Evil Bong versus Evil Bong. Yeah,
they did that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys remember Evil Bong at all?
I mean, there's like 7 of those movies, man.
Yeah, well,
one
like
came
the last
out 2
one
years ago.
I think part 7.
I mean, there's a
called,
huge audience for that style of movie, so you're going to keep pumping them out, man. You got to pay the bills.
Yeah, I think Evil Bong 6 was Evil Bong
Charles
6.
Band is almost 7.
Yeah, and Evil Bong 7
It's
was
7.
Yeah. I mean, Charles Band is 70 years old. He's definitely funding the next generation by now. I mean, you're going to pay the bills. You're going to put the money away. People are going to keep paying for it. Now everything's streaming. They have their own streaming site. They're still putting toys out.
So out of all these, Evil Bong's like the one I watched the most recently. Because when we said we were going to do this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to check out some of this shit
Stir my brain a little bit before.
Yeah, that I didn't really get. Because, you know, these movies came out when I was at the video store. Like, I'm working at the video store at this point when Evil Bong comes out and Evil Bong versus whatever it's versing. And I never gave them a shot because I'm like, that looks fucking stupid. My stoner friends will probably love it. I'm not going to be high enough to like this. And I was right. I was not high enough to like it because it's literally just like very 90s, like 5 douchebags.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst stereotype now. Because I'm like, why do you guys even talk to each other? You're all dicks. And then this nerd moves in, which they quote him, $40 a week. And I'm like, fuck, I might live with these dudes for $40 a week. I started second guessing talking shit about them. I'm like, $40 a week. But the whole thing is you smoke from this bong. It traps you in a strip club. So once you take a hit that's so strong, it traps you in a strip club that's inside the bong. And then once you give in to one of the strippers, you're stuck forever. That's the whole thing. It doesn't make sense.
What other perks do I get? Because it doesn't sound awful yet.
That's pretty much it. I know. I don't
They
know.
have a buffet.
Hey, fuck no. Every strip club has a buffet like noon, wings, which is weird.
Prime rib.
Prime rib, that's right. Always a prime rib.
Maybe in later ones they explain it. Maybe there's like torture happening, but like it looks like you just die and then you come back and you live there now. Because the first dude that like, if you watch this movie, it's
to the
fucking
strip
hilarious.
club.
The first guy's like he's like, hey, bruh. Like he's the
classic
ultimate
classic
stereotype.
stoner,
They're all Encino, man.
Yeah, he's just I'm just gonna sit on this couch and just smoke some weed.
I'm the
that's all
guy
he
on the
does.
couch.
Oh yeah, every stereotype's in this movie. You had the fucking jock who has all his little baseball trophies, who got kicked off a college team for smoking weed, which I don't think's even a real fucking thing. I don't think they piss test.
Definitely not in California.
But the stoner gets locked in and like a stripper like jumps on him and she's like, that midget. I don't know if you're allowed to say midget. That little person that's in all those full moon movies from the past shows up. What's his name?
Phil, I said it earlier.
Little bitty guy. He's a little bitty guy because
Holy shit.
bitty guy. You know who I'm
The
talking
tiny
about.
little guy that we all love.
The tiny little guy.
Holy shit.
Von Car.
Well, that was just so gimmick though. They exploited the shit out of them back then. Go back to Ghoulies.
Yeah, and I hope they paid him well because he
was almost
did a
shit.
lot of fucking movies for them.
But he shows up in the bong and he's like, "Hey, don't touch them. You'll regret it." And like 2 seconds later, the dude's getting killed because the chick had like a bra that had teeth on it that like starts chewing on him. And I'm just like, what the? Who the fuck is thinking of this, man? Just have the evil bong kill people. You don't need the strippers in the bong.
That's what I always thought they were going to do. And when they didn't do that, it kind of bummed me out. I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, the bong really has no power outside
Yeah.
of like, hey, if you get high off this.
Like the Killer Eye. The Killer Eye movies. It was like, okay, this is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, a killer eye.
Right.
What else do you need?
That's all you fucking... I got
But it's a
what I
bong.
needed, man.
But I mean, a killer
boobs.
eye is actually a giant eye. The bong is, it's just a bong.
Yeah. Okay.
It's literally
traps
just a
you.
bong.
Yeah.
And it gets weirder looking as it like takes people's souls. Because like originally it shows up, it's just this giant blue bong. Looks like more like a hookah, but whatever. And then like each time somebody dies.
Wesley Pipes, man.
Yeah. Each time somebody dies, it gets more of a face until it's like this actual creature there.
And then there's like makeup on it. And it's
Yeah.
weird.
But it's weird because we go through them like this downturn I'm seeing in this conversation. Like we're like, oh, good, you know, like Ghoulies is, you know, Ghoulies. But then we got to like
Everyone knows
we
those.
get the Reanimator and Troll and like From Beyond. And these movies are kind of classics. Even when we get to like the 90s and the Puppet Master franchise and Subspecies.
Killjoy. People love those
Killjoy.
movies.
But then we got like
Witch House.
Bong. Maybe they ran out of ideas and like, you know what? What's left? Well, we got Gingerbread Men and Bongs. We haven't made those kill people yet.
They made a lot of Killjoy movies too. And they just that's the thing that kind of got me out of watching a lot of full moon movies because they regrouped in like 2004, I think, and they're still going today. And I kind of tuned it out.
They're doing a Sorority Babes sequel.
I would totally watch that.
Our buddy Joe Rogers gave me the pack of cards because Full Moon.
Oh, I love Joe Rogers.
Charles Band that promoted shit released like a deck of cards because they're like, we're doing 12 movies all at once next year. And they're all going to come out at the same time. And there's like an Evil Bong sequel, but buried under all that shit. Oh, there's one about some dude that kills people with his boombox, by the way.
Okay.
What the fuck ever. Yeah.
With Full Moon, everything's a weapon.
We're talking about Joe Rogers, who runs 12 gauge Gore, right?
12 gauge Gore.
It's really like a nostalgia store for everybody. So if you can, check him out on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely on Facebook. He's got a ton of posters,
throw that man some money because he can. That's where I get a lot of my original release pens. Jesus Christ, we talk about all kinds of like.
Yeah, if you want any like original like one sheet posters or like old pens.
Every time I see him, he's
got
like,
press
you
books,
need that.
but I think we just threw enough at Joe Rogers.
Yeah.
Joe, we love you.
That'll be $20.
Every convention in North America he's at.
That's true. That is true. He probably has some Full Moon posters if you love any of these shitty movies as much as we do. What is that? Dr. Monroe? I can't see that far, man. What's under Demonic Toys? Explain it to me.
That's
Steve.
Dr. Mordred.
So that's the one you guys were talking about.
My handwriting is not the best, people, on the whiteboard tonight.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen that one either. So
that's Jeffrey Combs, and it's like their version of Doctor Strange.
That's the one I was thinking of.
I have the VHS on that wall.
I've seen the trailer for that one too.
Yeah, I mean that's not one that's like much to talk about. They didn't put enough into it. Even when it came out, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." I was like, "Oh, fuck, man!" The effects are subpar. So, Jeffrey's good in everything he does.
Do they bring in characters from the Full Moon world into that? Is that just like
they didn't do a crossover? That's what it was. That's why I didn't get into it, man. I'm totally fucking around. No, there's no crossover. The
Puppet
characters.
Master would have showed
It's
up.
a one-off film. I think it's like towards when they started doing more of a franchise. It's like, well, what's the franchise possibility on this? It's like Meridian. We'll forget about those. No, it just that kind of shit happens, and that kind of bums me out. We could even talk about whenever he teamed with Blockbuster and to do basically slasher films, and it's the Shadow Zone movies. That was like the release that they did with those. You all worked at video stores. I'm pretty sure you fucking know what I'm talking about.
I didn't work at fucking Blockbuster.
Oh god damn!
I didn't work at there. I didn't work at Blockbuster then. No.
Go mainstream, boys. Where you at? That's where the money's at.
He was Blockbuster.
Oh, that was way later.
Yeah. Shadow Film, that's what it was.
Shadow Films?
Shadow Films, it's like where Stuart Band, Charles Band teamed up with Blockbuster, and they basically started a whole nother direct-to-video slasher films based on like Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and those movies are not great.
So they all suck. Because I don't think I've seen...
They're not good.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
And that's sad. Especially as much as we like slashers and that kind of style of movie.
Yeah. Especially like when you think about why did the Ghoulies get all the way to college and then just stop?
And they went to a nice college.
Yeah, they went to a nice college and then we gave up on them after that.
Because it's just like life. You go to college and then there's nothing.
Just stop. They didn't want to do like,
your dreams are over.
Ghoulies work at Blockbuster.
You're not going to use that master's degree. Ghoulies master's degree just fucking dead.
I think that's what happened.
I can't use this in the real world.
Yeah, maybe that's why we got Evil Bong and all that shit. Because they just ran out of like, you can't trance things anymore. How many times can you master puppets?
You can't trance things anymore.
Like, how many fucking times can this vampire chase this girl through a movie? Like, you know what, dude? Bongs
and ginger dead men.
It just shows you where their head's at when they're writing these. They're like hitting bongs and eating cookies, and there's like,
Lucky Charms.
But we're also talking about the change in the climate when it came to distributing movies, making money off of things like that. You have to keep trying to figure out ways to do it. And when he came up with the Roadshow, remember the Roadshow he was doing?
Yeah, the Full Moon Roadshow thing.
I heard it was good. I heard it was awful. I probably would have loved it anyways.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I mean, he's trying to strum up business because there's everybody's ripping off movies off the internet at this time.
He's always been at the forefront of that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like going back to that Video Zone stuff, man. They were like 800 numbers and all that shit, like in your face all the time.
In your face, and there wasn't like a DVD pack. Yeah. It wasn't like special features. This was something at the end of the movie that was awesome.
Yeah, and then
you were just eating that shit up.
On top of that, though, every VHS or DVD you got had that little miniature catalog in it.
Oh hell yeah!
He's always selling you something, man. It was pretty brilliant.
Smart.
Now, later on, I don't necessarily agree with some of the shit that happened later. I think a lot of people know about the whole VHS thing.
And if you don't, you're going to find out real fast.
Yeah, and you might defend it. You may be like, no, dude, that was definitely I spit on your grave. But, Full Moon did that whole gimmick. This is probably 8 years ago now, but it feels recent.
Because it impacted you and I, and I'm sure Dave too, but we were like really fucking excited.
Yeah, where they said...
Go ahead, because I'm mad.
They said they found... They said they found, a box in their warehouse that was all these old unreleased VHSs. They don't know how they never got out, but they're brand new, untouched VHSs that were hard to find. These are movies that were out of print for quite some time. These are the big box VHSs that a lot of us know and love. So people got excited when it got announced that they were going to sell them for $100 fucking.
Like, I would have bought the Dungeon Master big box. I would have done it in a heartbeat for $100.
But finally,
original.
I think everybody was skeptical from the start, but the super nerds came out and they were like, "No, this is incorrect. I have that." And they did these comparisons and proved that it wasn't the right thing. Now maybe give them credit, maybe there's some fucking crazy thing where those were the right ones.
No, I would have been able to tell in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
As much VHS as I collect, I would have picked up that box and been like, the weight is not even correct. It's just something. It's like somebody trying to sell you a retro shirt. And I collect retro shirts. I know a person who sells them. You can feel it as soon as you pick it up, the way it's cut, the way everything is. So I guarantee whoever got their hands on those first boxes were like, this is some bullshit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they were sending them up at conventions too. So it's not like you could really hide them. They had them sitting on the convention table. You look at them like that brand new shrink wrap, and this hasn't. I mean, I've worked in stores where we shrink wrap shit. Things that sit around for a couple months don't look too good.
No, and even if it's complete, I keep most of my VHS still in the original shrink wrap that it's in. If I can, those boxes look good, but they're still bumped up or whatever.
But yeah, that was a fairly controversial thing because Full Moon was already kind of, and maybe that's why they did it. They were already kind of going downhill. People don't talk about them as much these days at all. So they kind of were starting to vanish or fall off the radar. They have their table at every show, but it's mostly just toys.
Right. Unless you made it to a convention, you forgot about Full Moon.
And even then, they're giving shit away. It's literally if you sign up for our streaming service, we'll give you 5 Blu-rays, 3 to 5 Blu-rays.
It's the hell of a fucking deal.
Yeah. Give us, $30 for 6 months of our streaming service, and we'll give you all these Blu-rays. Which back in the day, I couldn't get one VHS for that price from those guys. And now it's just hey, fucking please take this and tell people that Full Moon is still around. Which sucks because it is something I beloved from the 90s. And if you want to look at a lot of this shit we're talking about today for free, Tubi has a ton of it.
Oh, yeah.
They have
a section that says Full Moon. So if you go to Tubi, which is a free download, you can get it on any streaming device and type in Full Moon. There's a link to Full Moon features there. They don't have, for some weird reason, they don't have the Puppet Master movies besides
They do.
No, they don't have.
They don't?
No, because I was looking that up today because I was going to just the name drop Tubi for people that care. You know?
Yeah.
And they have Retro Puppet Master, but it's the Riff Tracks one. And then I think they have maybe part 7.
Oh.
But that's all they have. So
I know Elvira actually hosts a couple of them on there when she was doing her 13 Nights of Elvira.
Yeah, they have all the Shatner ones.
Yeah, so I think that's, maybe you have to look under hers because at least maybe last year I saw the Puppet Master one, and it's great because she interjects and all that stuff. So
maybe it's under her something.
Maybe that's why it's not under Full Moon.
Because I brought up that full list probably yesterday just to kind of look and see what they had on there. And I was like, man, they have all the new shit, and then they have the
Shatner ones.
They have all the Transfers movies, all the Shatner shit. They have Doll Man. So they have a lot of the stuff we're talking about, but a lot of Puppet Masters were missing, and I found that kind of ironic because a lot of the Puppet Masters have been missing in the past. Because it used to be you could only get part 1 on DVD for the longest time, and then the other ones were kind of just where the fuck are they? And
then put them out on huge collections.
They did those box sets. You couldn't get them individually. And another thing with Puppet Master, A Nightmare from My Childhood. I got super into Puppet Master at a pretty early age because kids like movies with toys in them. I bought the first 2,
and you want them to come to life, but you're no,
not like this.
I remember maybe 3, possibly part 4 coming out as a new release, and I wanted it so bad. And every time I got to the video store, it was gone. And then one day I came in there oh, we got it. My mom asked them for it. So I'm like, hey, Puppet Master. And I get home, and it's a fucking Donald Sutherland movie.
Oh, The Puppet Master. That's a great movie, by the way.
Is it really?
Puppet Masters.
I'll never watch it my whole life because I was so fucking mad at it.
Yeah.
I can't, I wouldn't even pay attention because I remember watching the first half and going, Where's the puppets?
Yeah, that's based off a Heinlein story. So I was already in before the movie even came out on VHS when I saw it.
And I think the director of it actually worked for Full Moon at one point. So that
may have. Look it up, Dave.
Yeah, look that
Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland.
With Donald Sutherland. Yeah, was it actually a good movie?
I really enjoyed it because the way it was filmed, it was still on 35 millimeter, so it looked good. The acting's good, the action's good, the effects are good. Yeah, I think it's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I mean, it's basically that story is a ripoff of Jesus Christ, Invaders of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
But once you get past that, it's a fucking great movie.
I think I was too angry.
No, I understand.
It's better.
I'll never.
It's a bitter dare.
I'll never forget renting that. And then my mom borrowed it, which was the first time she borrowed one of those movies from me.
What?
And there's like no puppets in it, but she told me she liked it. She's like, "Oh, that was a good one." And I'm like, "Okay."
But there's no puppets.
Dave is a very slow typer
Nah, it's just a very old iPad.
on an old iPad.
Defrag that motherfucker.
By the time he pulls up that director's name, we'll be doing our next episode.
I don't know. I'm just gonna throw. If I had more in here, I'd just throw it at you. Just throw my drink right in your face.
Well, I'm over that now. I don't really care.
I don't think I've ever seen Dragon. What is it? Dragon World?
Dragon World?
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, I threw some up there that made me thought maybe you all would know about. I mean, I've seen 90% of these movies. But I'm always wanting to go back and look at the ones I haven't. Like Breeders, I remember that box. It's like the box cover. We had an episode about that actually has not been
That
aired.
never came out.
I guess, yeah, it was like our very first episode 0. We were talking about VHS box art, and that was one of them. It was just a cool picture of the special effects and it's things like that. I'm going to go back and watch that. Dream Maniac, I remember that movie.
See,
there's so many movies we can't even get into because it would take us all damn day. Like all the Killjoy movies.
Yeah, there's a fuck ton of those. Also on Tubi for those that care. Yeah, a lot of these, man, like they just kind of vanished from my brain. And a lot of them, like, by the 2000s, I think I was over a lot of the shit too. Like, I think I moved on from that brand of like horror films.
Yeah.
So that might have killed it for me. Like the late 90s slasher craze happened, which, we got all like the Screams and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Then the 2000s.
Well, he was trying to peddle it to you with Shadow films.
And I know. Fuck, I fucked up.
You just didn't pick it up, man.
I never even gave him a shot because I never walked in a Blockbuster.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Wizard Video, which was part of the Child's Band, where he actually helped create to put his movies out, and that came back.
So what was under Wizard?
Video.
What was under Wizard Video?
Fuck if I remember. I think I'm going to say Alchemist. Some of those earlier films.
What was I Spit on Your Grave under for him to have that? Would
I think that was just him. He purchased that one.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because there's a lot of that now too. There's a lot of movies that weren't under Full Moon that when you look at their table now, there's like Full Moon features on them and shit.
Oh yeah.
I see that a lot. And Troma does the same thing. I know they buy the rights to shit and sell it.
Yeah. If we do a whole episode on Troma, we're going to... Jesus. It's going to be a 2-parter.
Troma, I mean, we can do like Toxic Avenger for an hour and a half, really, man. And honestly, I don't like a lot of it, but I have like a special place in my heart for it too, which is really, and then that's how Full Moon is. I think Full Moon survived with the video store days. And once you got rid of the novelty of the cover of the movie and the video zone gimmick and stuff like that, it just died off.
Yeah.
And they still exist in conventions and we still kind of talk about it, like the nostalgic, but when you go back to some of these movies, man, they're not great. I just showed my son Ghoulies 1 and 2 recently.
Yeah.
And both of those, he was just like, no.
Oh, man.
They weren't special. It wasn't the right time.
I die with Ghoulies, man. I love those movies.
Well, those movies, that was very much a cover, like coming out of the toilet type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think...
Which was like a last-minute film part. Like, we got to put it in the movie now.
Well, I think part 2...
The Ghoulie coming out of the toilet, yeah.
The tagline to part 2 was like, coming out of the toilet again, or some shit like that.
God damn it.
Which is like the worst tagline, because you're just like giving the critics like a softball to hit out the park. But, because it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The movies I liked towards the end of the era that I enjoyed of Full Moon was like the Oblivion movies, where he was like mixing sci-fi and Western. Those movies are great. They made 2 of those that I remember. And we haven't even talked about all the people that he's had collaborate with him. I mean, Richard Mall, Ted Nicolau, Charlie Spradlin, Tim Thomerson. The list is long. We could have like easily made this an episode.
How old is Tim Thomerson now?
Oh God.
Okay, if you got to think that Charles Band is literally 70 or 69 years old,
Since
Tim Thomerson's got to be 102.
You got to be at least 102.
He's not dead, because if he was dead, Facebook would have told me.
Yeah. And do me a favor, Dave, pull up Richard Band, because we've got to discuss probably the best thing
74.
about all of this
Wait.
is that Richard Band's music changed so. I mean, whether you think he ripped off whatever, he knows he stole from like Bernard Herrmann to do Psycho for Reanimator, but like some of his scores are fucking amazing on a shoestring budget. So if you get a chance, pull that up for us, Dave, and then just run through some of those scores that he's done. And some of them are not even all full moon.
Tim Thomerson was 38 in Trancers.
He's
Was he?
74 now.
I just did that math in my head. He was 38?
Yeah.
That motherfucker looked several days over 60 in Trancers.
Oh, he's banging Helen Hunt, man. He had,
Google.
Keeps you young.
Yeah, if you're bored, Google Tim Thomerson Trancers and tell me if that's a 38-year-old.
It's a
Absolutely
rough
not.
38 years. All
That's
right,
the roughest 38.
I mean, hold on. So I'm getting.
Oh, and I forgot with Trancers, that weird storyline, I think it's part 3, where like his wife from the future is a teenager and he's just like trying to bang her. And like Helen Hunt's like, hey, you're trying to bang a teenager. And
Yeah.
he's like, I know, but it's my wife. You don't understand.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
different.
I'm like, oh man.
It's like the boyfriend coming back as a dog movie. It's like, it's still a fucking dog.
Oh, Helen Hunt.
But I
smacks the
love
shit out of
Chad
you,
the way
sir.
he is. Chad can be inside me. I don't care if he's a dog or not. Like what? What? No.
So some of the stuff
Sorry.
he
Dog.
did- I mean,
dog and teenagers. You don't fuck them.
so
Just don't.
Richard Band. That's good advice.
I'm
don't
just
do it.
telling you.
So Richard Band, he did obviously a lot of the Empire and Full Moon stuff, the Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator, From Beyond, Troll. I mean,
Literally just zombie.
Ghoulies.
Yeah.
I mean, he did all those.
Like 85 scores. If I saw the number correctly.
Hysteria, Dragon World, but then you get a little bit later.
Free Hysteria. We didn't even talk about that. Like the family friendly version.
Yeah.
That they tried to kind of push that on.
More stop animation
Yeah.
puppets. But he did. So he did Masters of Horror too. He did The Dreams in the Witch House, which was this.
Yeah, I think he got an award for that. I could be wrong.
He did.
Stuart Gordon's.
He did 3 of them. But looks like he did quite a few. And the last one he did was Trophy Heads in 2014.
Oh, Trophy
Yeah.
Heads. That's another one we should kind of talk about. That's
I like that movie.
That's a very recent full moon feature.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. It's weird that they decided to make this since so much of their cast actually does conventions. Because the whole story is about like this crazy nerd and his mom killing all these like, scream queens and
Yeah.
shit. It's got like Brink
Icons.
Stevens, Linnea Quigley, who one of my favorite roles from her, 'cause she's like a door-to-door Jesus pusher in it. And I think it actually has the chick from Head of the Family, the one that like the con artist girl
Yeah.
that marries the hillbilly at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last girl I can't remember. There's 4 girls all together in it, but that's a fun one. He's just going around like making them reenact shit from their old movies. But I remember watching that thinking like, man, that's like you're gonna plant a seed in some psycho's head now doing this. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was way too realistic for me because I've met some of these people at shows. I'm like, nah, they probably do that.
Yeah, and we've met people who have had stalkers, and they've talked about it at shows, like Daniel Harris. He's like, I can't do conventions for the longest time because my stalker is out there.
There's a few that can
Fuck
do it.
that,
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy. But yeah, then they made this movie that just kind of like it's almost like a spoofish type thing. But that's probably the most recent full moon film I've seen is
Trophy Heads. I remember when they were
yeah.
pushing that at the convention, so a lot of our friends were a part of that. It's like, that's really cool,
well, the
man.
cover has all the Scream Queens heads.
Yeah, it
on
does. That's
too.
right.
Yeah. They were crafty with that. That's the last one I can really remember hearing about, though. Word of mouth and watching, and it's on Tubi. Hyping up Tubi. Give
Yeah,
some
we are.
money, Tubi.
I appreciate the fuck out of Tubi because
Tubi
it's like
money.
it's the one streaming site they're not making you pay for it, and you get to see classic as well as like non-classic films
Yeah.
that I just fucking love, and they're sex comedies that are not okay, but they're fun at the time, or you could watch them by yourselves. Horror films that are just nobody talks about anymore.
Yeah.
Cult classics, westerns, all that shit. So Tubi's awesome if you can check it out.
Well, it's fun to go back and watch a lot of that shit too. Even if it doesn't really hold up, it's kind of fun to just to see it and go, man,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like this was okay at one point, huh? Like we were totally like this was hilarious to us at one point. Now
Well,
you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I go back and watch some of those, like, oh, this didn't age well. That's a
Yeah.
little fucking racist, or
lot
that's
of the-
awfully sexist. That's rapey as fuck.
A lot of the up all night
Skip.
comedies.
Yeah.
A lot of those USA Up All Night, Gilbert Godfrey, Rhonda Shear comedies,
yeah.
man, do not hold up at all.
No.
And there's still scenes in them that I like. There's a lot of those movies I'll watch. I'm like, fuck, this is stupid. And then a scene will come up that I remember, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is why I liked it. Not the other shit, I hope.
grasping at straws. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, trying to defend it. But none of that. I don't know if Up All Night ever showed full moon stuff. I know Monster Vision did. Monster Vision showed like Empire stuff mostly, but they did dip into it. I don't think Up All Night was ever. They were mostly like the Jason Voorhees and.
Well, Up All Night
Elm
did a lot of actually movies with like they'd have Linnea on and they would do like CREEPOZOIDS or whatever. And that's how I found a lot of that stuff. And then Cinemax did the Sunday night horror movies, exploitation movies. That's the thing. Like you open the back of the TV guide or whatever and check out and highlight all the movies you're going to watch that month.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't remember that, Steve.
Fuck you guys.
Why would I remember that?
TV
How
guide.
old do you think I am, motherfucker?
No, so you probably don't. Rarely you're old enough to where you can't
TV
fucking
guide.
hear.
Don't have a TV guide. You don't need a TV.
Yeah, I remember once again bringing up the grandpa that I had by me, the full moon shit. He had a giant fucking satellite. You remember those like big ass satellites that like the size of a house? Yeah. He lived on like a large acre of land or what, a couple acres of land. So he had this like in the middle of nowhere, this big ass satellite that pulled like all these channels from like other countries and other states and shit. So about midnight, if I just channel surf, it's just a ton of horror movies.
Yeah,
like,
it's
all
great.
the time. And it's just fun to go back and watch a lot of that shit like on cable back then because you're like, oh, cool. What did they cut here?
Yeah, you were on satellite. I'm putting the knife in the cable box trying to get the porno channels.
Oh.
Mom, sorry.
Trying to get the porno channels.
Yeah.
Is that how the knife in the cable box works?
Hell yeah.
All right.
It seems like a bad
that
idea.
way you go from just hearing it moans and stuff, you can kind of see it through the squiggly lines. Whatever. That's how I watched the last WrestleMania I ever watched.
Oh, that's good. I used to.
Then you immediately
It's
watch
true.
porn.
Yes.
It's cool because you're anti.
It goes hand in hand.
It's funny because like most people I know like are like anti-piracy and shit now, but they'll be like, remember back when we would fucking tie shit to the antenna so we can get a few channels?
Yeah.
We're stealing the shit out of pay-per-views back in the day. But all right, we probably got to wrap it up soon. But let's end with this. What was your favorite Full Moon / Empire franchise or movie? If you had to pick
one that we actually didn't talk about is The Dungeon Master. It's probably my favorite Empire movie. It had Blackie Lawless and Wasp in there. You can actually find that music video on YouTube right now. And that kind of started the whole thing for me. I saw that late night. It didn't make any fucking sense. It's sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. It's got Karl Beekler, who we also didn't really get a chance to talk about, who did so many effects work for the Empire era. It just, it was one of those movies that I just fucking loved. It was heavy metal. It was fantasy. They even stole some of the vehicles off of Metal Storm, which was one of the first 3D movies I actually saw. There's so many movies that we didn't get a chance to talk about, but that one, I kind of glossed over it because there might be another episode where we talk about our favorites. That's going to be on there. The Dungeon Master from 1984.
Yeah, I've only seen that one time.
Tormentor. Sorry.
And I remember liking it.
It's my Wasp, man. That was my Blackie Lawless. Go ahead. What's yours?
I would say for me, it's From Beyond. I really
Fuck,
love
back
that
to back.
movie.
Back to
I know,
back.
no, but I will pick a second one because that was my Stuart Gordon pick. Probably if I had to go with anything else, God, I love Rawhead Rex. It's so
I
bad.
know you do.
But the story is so good and there's so much potential. And God, I hope that movie's remade. And it's just there's the studio's hands are out of it, and they let a good director make it. And it's just more like the story. That's all I want.
Oh, you want the Clive Barker story?
I want the Clive Barker. I want Clive Barker to take it over. I don't know what happened on that film, but
Nothing good.
Some bad decisions.
A really
were
good
made.
idea and the name. And Clive Barker, who wasn't even a name at the time, but the story,
Yeah, he could remake it now, and it'd be great.
I don't know if he could remake anything right now.
Yeah. Hopefully his health is.
It'd take a lot to get on to do, I think, anything. Maybe he can sign on to it and write it and then oversee the production.
It'll just say produced by.
Yeah,
Anything would be better than the last one. But I just, like I said, I have very fond memories of watching that. And then when I finally found a bootleg of it, I was so excited, and I rushed home to watch it.
You told me about it.
Yeah, and I was like, man, we gotta watch this movie. And you're just like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And Derek, what's yours?
Mine's kind of, if you know me, it's obvious, but most of you don't. So it's Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball Bolorama.
That is definitely in my top 3.
I mean, it's got everything, man. It's got horror comedy. It's got all the chicks that I was obsessed with when I was a little
The Nightmare
kid.
Sisters.
It was perfect to me. I still watch that probably every few months and was excited when Joe Bob did it recently, about a year or two ago.
I think that's the same
now.
director as
So-
CREEPOZOIDS.
Probably.
David Ducatto.
And then you can see similarities between the two, but I really like that one. And honestly, my runner-up would be the most recent Puppet Master film. I don't know if anybody watched that.
I need to see that because you recommended it,
yeah.
and I trust your judgment.
I was
sometimes.
50-50.
Sometimes.
It was all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you compare it to other Puppet Master movies,
Yeah, it was definitely better.
it's the gore
Oh,
level is
yeah.
insane. The
Yeah.
special effects and shit. The acting's fun. They go back and Toland's like he's a Nazi now. The news story. So he was a Nazi puppet maker instead of being like the good guy, which makes way more sense. You know, I'd rather hate these guys than like them. So yeah, I'll have to say that though. Sorority Babes for sure. But the newest Puppet Master did shock me. I don't know if it even came out under the Full Moon banner though. So
I don't think it did actually.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
know
that-
Van's like listed as a producer on it, but you know,
Yeah.
it probably doesn't fall under this, so it doesn't count. Sorority Babes win.
But that's good because I actually liked the was it Puppet Master 10 when that finally the Excess of Evil was that
yeah,
was that what it was?
that's like a trilogy.
Yeah,
that
I
they all
enjoyed
follow.
that one. So I guess they were trying to keep that momentum going, even though I don't think it's actually connected to Full
I
Moon.
don't know. I don't like prequels to prequels. I know they used Craig Sestero or whatever from The Room in Retro
Yeah.
Puppet Master, which is like a weird casting choice. I recommend watching that just to go watch his accent change 47 times, much like mine sometimes does, but unintentionally. But yeah, that's our feature on Full Moon. It would take
guys.
us like a week to actually go over each film and go like deep dive into it. But like we were saying earlier, I mean, Full Moon has a streaming site. Tubi has it. I think every streaming site has some sort of fucking Full Moon
And you
movie
can probably
floating
find
around.
some of it on
Yeah.
Prime. It's on Shudder. Like,
Yeah, if you've never watched it before, maybe grab a few beverages and then dive into Full Moon.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to hold up to
They put out a
new
great
eyes.
book about the Empire era.
Yeah,
Empire of the Bees, I think it's called.
it's
It's a fucking great book.
that's out, and there's also I think that same one they have an audio book for too, like on Audible.
Yeah.
So
They were working on a documentary, and I don't think it's come to fruition yet.
we'll get one day.
Yeah.
After Charles Band's like, hey, you got to leave that out.
It'll have to
We'll
be
see
a
if that's
fucking
it.
9-hour damn documentary, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so
Which
much
they can do now.
and there'll be an 800 number at the bottom that you can call to buy stuff.
In case you
during
want
all
that
time.
satin jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will always be toys. There will always be those satin jackets and those T-shirts and those fucking models that I can't put together.
Yeah.
If you're the person that bought that from me on eBay in 1999, show it to me. Show me how you painted it, motherfucker.
All right, guys. Now, thank you all so much. We're out of here, I guess.
Thanks for listening. Yeah, we're out of here.
Bye.
Yeah, go back to your Full Moon.
Go
life.
hit it, Evil Bong.
We're gonna go watch Evil Bong 778812.
One of us is going to get stuck in a strip club. It's fine.
God, I hope so.
Oh, fuck. Where's the bong at?
Where's the bong?